and welcome to the Messed Up to Setups podcast. I'm comedian Michael Halcomb, and today in the house with me, well, not in my house, in her house in Florida. She's in her house. Today in the house with me is comedian, author, speaker, Karina Fabian, and you're not going to want to miss this. She's going to share some jokes with us, so stay tuned. But it's just a setup. All right, this is the Messed Up to Setups podcast, and as I mentioned, Karina Fabian is in the house with me today, and in part two of our conversation here, she's going to bring us a joke that she's been working on. We're going to talk about it. So, Karina, you're up. Tell us the joke or the idea, the premise, whatever it is you've been working on.
Okay, so this is kind of an introductory joke. I do a lot of routines. I have pretty much like a type 15 that's basically about getting older and all the fun things you have to look forward to. So what I wanted to do was start by warming up the audience by saying, hey, who's here in what generations? So I'm looking for funny but not insulting ways to identify the different generations.
Okay.
But not terribly insulting. So.
All right.
So what I basically have is, hey, before we start this, let me get a show of hands. Who here is a boomer? If you remember Edsel being the future of cars, you're a boomer. Ladies probably will find this nostalgic. Menopause, you remember those days.
That's...
So, the Edsel, boomers will get it, and probably nobody else.
Yeah, I don't know what is Edsel?
Edsel was a failed car brand. They promoted it. It was the future of automotive. It was going to be so great. Everyone was going to want the Edsel, and it was such a lemon that they just canceled production, shut down the company. Huge failure, which if you were in that generation, you knew about it. And actually, if you were a Gen X, you knew it because there were always movies making jokes about it. So, but obviously, I am losing 2.5 generations with this joke.
Okay, so boomers...
What other things do we have for boomers?
Yes, that's good. So
that Gen X don't have.
I just looked up boomers for those of you watching or listening. They're born between 46 and 64, which means they're 61 to 79 years old. So that's interesting. So you want some other ways to identify them. I wonder if you could do something like, raise your hand if you're a boomer. People raise their hands, and you did something like, this is the first thing that comes to mind. You did something like, you are in the wrong place. Learning how to use your computer meeting is next door, or something like that. Could they have showed up at the wrong event? That's one thing that comes to mind. They're notorious, right, for not knowing how to use a computer.
Yeah, but I actually have that with Gen X. If you program the first computers, but you can't figure out Microsoft, you're probably Gen X.
All right. Okay. So this kind of reminds me of like the Jeff Foxworthy, if you're a redneck kind of thing, right? A little bit. So he's kind of using that similar structure. Could you do something like 66 is the new blank? So what could we potentially put there? 66 is the new... I don't know. So that's a structure that comes to mind right away as well.
Yeah, 66 is the new 40. It's not... it's not... People say that already, so...
Okay, 66 is the new forgetful. 66 is the new... what could you do? How could you kind of roast a little bit without being...
Well, roasting is good, but what I was trying to do was find something in the culture that I could twist to identify. So I was thinking, like, if every date includes your nurse.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
There we go.
You can remember the days when there were 3 channels and 4 Beatles.
But that's Gen X, too.
That's Gen X.
I thought about the 3 channels. I really did. And I was like, that's 2 generations.
I'm getting my Gen X and boomers mixed up.
Yeah, that's the problem I was having too. So and then I got millennials and Gen Z a little mixed up. I kind of like if your dates include your nurse.
I like that a lot. I think that's really good.
I'm going to use that one.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And so then you're going to go through each of them? Like you're going to do boomers, Gen X?
Yep.
Okay.
For Gen X, I have, if you programmed the first computers, but now you can't figure out Microsoft, that's probably Gen X. Okay. If you think fondly of cassette tapes and Blockbuster, They're Gen X.
Yes, if you think fondly of cassette tapes. Yes, okay. So Gen X was right before me's 65 to 80, like 1965 to 1980. So you're starting with Boomer, Gen X. You gonna go Millennial, Gen Z? Is that kind of
Yep.
like where?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then millennials are, you can barely afford your mortgage, but you've got to have Starbucks.
Okay, right. Yep. I think the
So,
previous two generations in particular would really like that light roast of millennials. Yeah, that's good. I
and
think that
millennials prefer the dark roast at Starbucks.
okay. So
So,
Gen X, yes. Gen X. I like the nurse one. I wonder if you could do something. I mean, the cassette tape one is good. I don't think that
yeah.
one hits as hard as the nurse one. I think that one hits
No,
really good.
no.
Yes. So do you have? So what do you have for the Gen Z?
For Gen Z,
Yeah.
if you don't know how to work a rotary phone, and cursive is a foreign language, and you think workspaces should include napping rooms.
Right.
There's actually a study, 27% of Gen Zs said that napping rooms are required in a workspace.
That's insane.
I
Wow.
know.
They're just built different, man. I don't know. That
Yeah,
that's that's hard for my mind to compute.
I know. I know. My son is Gen Z, and I know we've raised him right because he's taking a management class right now, and he got an A, but only because he's playing their game, because he's doing the homework and he's like, all I have to do is go, what is the stupidest answer to this question? If I pick that, that's the one that they want. So he had one that's like,
It's
your company is having safety issues. What is the best way to handle this? Hire a safety officer, put up signs, have safety huddles every week. And I was like, but what I didn't understand was why Darwinism wasn't an answer. Like,
love
that'll
it,
take care of your safety problems. But
dude.
yeah, and
I
the answer
love.
was safety huddles.
Yeah, of course, of course. I love your son's hack there. I think that
Yeah.
there's a whole comedy bit there, like your son's hack for figuring out test answers, whatever's the
Oh,
stupidest.
yeah.
Dude, there's gold. That's comedy gold right there.
Oh, I know. He's
Whatever.
good.
You could be like he doing the ACT differently these days. He scored perfect just by picking out the dumbest answers.
Mm.
That's funny. That's a hilarious strategy, and it's like so accurate. I think that one and the nurse one kill. Like those are really good.
Okay.
Yeah, boomers. I may be too young myself to be able to crack jokes like that are culturally relevant to them. I would have to do some research.
Yeah. Well, we've got the nurse one for the boomer.
You got the nurse one for the boomer. You got the Gen Z on lock. I think doing your
No,
son's thing.
yeah, Gen Z is good. And then Gen Alpha is, because I don't think there will be very many, but if there are, I'm going to go, bless your hearts. Y'all are going to think I'm Skibbity Ohio Riz, but no cap, this is the team.
Right.
I told my son that, and he just looked at me and said, stop.
Yeah,
Please stop.
right. Right. The what do they call that talking like that brain rot, right? So my kids are in that group essentially, right? And they use all that sort of slang, the brain rot slang. But yeah, and if I
told
try to do it at all, it's cringe, right? Like that's
Yes, it is
yeah,
cringe. Yep.
so
And
cringe.
Delulu.
Yeah, right. I think that's good. I like the. I think opening jokes. I think openers are the hardest jokes to write, in my opinion. I think that's a fun way to start off with that. Like who's in the audience, getting the involvement, doing some light roasting a little bit. So I think that's good. Yeah, and a couple of killers there for sure. So I'm sorry. I don't know if I helped you punch
That's a
that up
help.
any, but
Yeah, actually, like the nurse one. You helped me
yeah.
get to the nurse, so that's good.
Yeah, that's funny. That's fun.
Always
Well,
good to get someone to the nurse.
another thing that I like to do here. By the way, how did you come up with the idea to start that way? What was the impetus for that?
I was thinking about the different ages of the audience, and so most of what I'm talking about really is going to be reaching the millennials, the jokes. Although I've done it with multiple ages, and everybody seems to have a good time with it because a lot of it is about my memory problems that I'm having now that I'm older, and all the things that I'm trying to do, and then all the ways I'm trying to get healthy because now I'm 58 and the warranty has expired on this body, and so I got to take steps finally. So do what my sister has been telling me to do. Yes, the warranty on my body is expired, and there's no extension.
Yeah,
there are no angels coming down, knocking on my door saying, we'd like to talk to you about this extended warranty.
Well, let's see if we can do some just impromptu on the spot stuff. You good for that?
Yep.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Here's how we do it. For those of you watching, you're going to be able to see on the screen. If you go to michaelhalcom.live, you can find this yourself. You can use these prompts. But on my website, if you scroll down, if you're on like a computer, you're going to see three links that say the Joke Writers Lab. The first is my online course about joke writing. It's about 4.5 hours long. You can get that. The second is the Facebook group where we workshop jokes. But the third is the joke writing exercises. That's the one we're going to click to do this. So we click that and it opens a new page. And I coded all these activities for joke writers. So, for example, we can do jokes. They're meant to get the juices flowing and creativity going. We can do jokes from headlines, jokes from cliches, roasting jokes, jokes from lists, fallacies, rhetoric, structures, and so on. So, for example, this is one I always start with, the dynamic news prompt generator that I created. And what this does, I've got it coded in such a way that it pulls from a bunch of different news sources, their headlines today. Right, so these are actual headlines from different news sources today. So, for example, what is the U.S.'s crypto week? Why has Bitcoin hit a record high? Down below, you have a box, and then you hit Start Writing Challenge, and you're timed. So that's how it works. And here's another one. Companies in Europe are frozen as tariff uncertainty drags on. So these are all...
So we're responsible for global cooling?
An open letter from the president of Gaza University. So you can see here all sorts of just headlines going on. Yeah. And we can pick one and start going on it. Here we go. We'll do this one. The new global nuclear arms race. So we got a minute on the clock. You do a joke, I do a joke. We bounce back and forth. So if you want to go first, you can. All right, go. The new global nuclear arms race. New global...
Around the world in 8 minutes, bombing you.
Around the world in 8 minutes. That's good. The new global nuclear arms race is about to put prosthetics companies out of business.
They're sponsored by prosthetics companies.
There you go. The global nuclear arms race, sponsored by your local prosthetics store. The new global nuclear arms race. That's funny. I've never
known people. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I cut you off. You go.
I was going to say, most people race on their legs.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly where I was going. I've never seen people... Funny. I've never seen people race on their arms. Yes. So let's see what else. Trying to get one that's not too political. Right, watch how police traced the missing couple when they were on the run. All right. Clock has started.
Every reality TV show going right now.
Watch how police traced the missing couple when they were on the run. As shown by kindergartners. Now they trace...
Actually, were these guys participating in the nuclear arms race?
Right. How police traced the missing couple when they were on the run. It would be difficult to trace anything while you're running. I don't know. Stupid. How police
they just sort of waited and chipped them as they went by.
Right. How police traced the missing couple when they were on the run. Dog the Bounty Hunter Part 2. I don't know.
Now on National Geographic.
Yeah, now on... Well, let's try a different one. This one is jokes from cliches. And this just generates a bunch of random cliches like something smells fishy, and we have a minute on the clock to see if we can make any jokes about it. A sight for sore eyes. Ready? I'm gonna hit start. Go. A sight for sore eyes. A sight for sore eyes. What Melania says when she wakes up every morning.
That's a lot of money for that to be a sight for sore eyes.
Well, I was thinking of her looking at her husband. That
yeah.
would be, yeah.
That would be a sore sight for eyes.
All right.
I was thinking Visine is always a good sight for sore eyes.
A sight for yeah, that's good. Visine. A sight for sore eyes. Yeah. I was thinking of something
there's got to be something with airplanes because soar, like in soaring above something.
Nice.
The navigation console.
The navigation. Nice. I like that. Let's do another one. Some of these are crazy. One toe over the line, under a microscope. If one of these sounds good to you, just a drop in the bucket. He put one over on me. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Let's do that one. If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
That's what the police said when they finally gave up tracing the couple on the run.
Nice. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. This is used in reference to the document signed by Biden's auto pen. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
This is actually how I feel about most of the wildlife in Florida.
Nice.
Not so much that I've seen them all, but I don't want to see them all.
Right.
One palmetto bug is enough. One alligator at a distance, I'm good. Don't need any more of those. Thank you. No see-ums. I would love to see a no-see-em. See it before.
Right. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. What my wife says about my comedy shows. Let's do a couple more here. What's
structures?
Structures. All right, jokes from structures. Yeah. So this is interesting. How does
that work?
So this pairs headlines with joke structures. So it pulls those headlines we were looking at earlier. It takes a minute usually to fire up. Hopefully it will work. There we go. So here's a crazy headline. Man dresses as a tree to rob a convenience store. That's the headline. The joke structure we're going to try to use is incongruity. Incongruity is where you highlight something that doesn't logically fit. Like, example, my dog will bark at a plastic bag but sleep through a burglary. So we're using the headline as inspiration as well as, and we're trying to make a joke out of that headline using the structure of incongruity. So this is a bit more technical to do it this way. So man dresses as tree to rob a convenience store. And let's see if we can get anything out of this. I mean, this is challenging.
Okay.
Man dresses as tree to rob a convenience store.
And my dad.
Go ahead. Yep.
I was going to say, and they were able to find him by tracing the urine footsteps from all the dogs.
Right. It's just, trees usually don't
awkward,
move.
But it was. Go ahead.
Gives new meaning to walking tree. So yeah, I was gonna say, man dresses as tree to rob a convenience store. My dad will do that for a snack, but forget my birthday, right? So trying to use that incongruity is challenging.
So we're not using incongruity to make a joke off of the headline. We're just trying to make an incongruity joke.
Yeah, I mean, I was basing that off the headline, implying that my dad is the one who dressed as a tree to rob the convenience store. But
okay.
Yeah. So this is challenging. And a minute probably isn't a long enough time to do this one, but
no. But I was thinking that actually it wasn't so much that he was dressing up as a tree to disguise himself. He was just a big Tolkien fan.
Right.
And it took a very long time to rob that store because Ents don't do anything quickly.
It's interesting too to think like how does that even happen? How do you think that dressing up as a tree is like that's the one thing that doesn't belong in a convenience store? Like so yeah, it's interesting. So this, yeah, I find these really challenging. Also, the rhetoric ones, they're similar to this. Yeah, so here's another crazy headline: Woman caught stealing lobsters down her pants, and then use the triple. Right. Example: Parenting is love, sacrifice, and googling. Is this normal at 3 a.m.? So then
Now,
trying to
see,
make
that would be a good sign if you were a Gen Z.
yeah, Googling is this normal at 3 a.m.
Yep.
So trying to make a triple, woman caught stealing lobsters down her pants, and then trying to somehow come up with a triple off of that. So we'll see if we can come, I don't know, see what you can come up. Woman caught stealing lobsters down her pants. Police were terrified when they found whiskers, claws, and I don't know what else. So what can we do for a triple here?
Also found in her pants were butter.
Yes.
And what else goes with lobster?
Yeah. So the
I don't eat lobster, so I can't answer this question.
I don't either. Red Lobster has and they were famous for like their apple butter rolls. So you know,
oh yeah, and the garlic rolls were so good.
Garlic rolls. Yeah, yeah.
Rolls. Yes.
Stealing lobsters down their
That's
pants.
right. Yes.
Also found
the police dogs were able to track her by the smell of butter and garlic rolls.
Yeah, garlic rolls and a gift card. Yeah.
And baked potato. There we go.
Baked potato. There you go.
Potato.
Butter, garlic, and
The
baked
baked potato was a big giveaway, unless she was self-identifying, of course.
Oh man! So these are good. They're challenging. They kind of go from easier to more difficult. Yeah, fun stuff.
I love this thing. Anytime I am hard up for a joke, I'm going to come to this thing now.
Yeah, you should use it. Here's the triple joke writing exercise. So the way this works is it generates a pair of just words, and then you try to come up with the third thing. For example,
activity, hearing, and misunderstanding the directions.
Yeah, exactly. Age, purchase, yeah, blank. Age,
setting
purchase.
It aside because you can't remember how to refund.
Age, purchase, casket. I don't know. Teach, responsibility, blank.
Darwinism.
Darwinism. Wheel, competition.
Nuclear arms race on wheels.
Drop, telephone.
Cuss.
Teenager's world ends. Drop, telephone, expensive bill for parents. Yes. Drop telephone, parent goes broke. Yeah, so it's interesting, right? Just to try to do these as well. Joke from acronyms also. So this just generates YDP. And it has like OEBZ, the name of a store. Like, so your job is to, you can ignore the second word like truth, if you just want to come up with what's the ZNF revolution. Right. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting as well. Yeah. So I just made these, and yeah, they're fun. You should use it for sure.
Yeah.
But
that was fun.
Well, yeah, Karina, thanks so much for coming on to the podcast. And I want to point everybody back to your website, KarinaFabian.com. And I'll pull that up one more time. And if you go there, you can see where she's going to be. You can get Karina's books. You can follow her on socials, what you should do: Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, Amazon, YouTube, all those. And
And you can sign up for my newsletter too and get a free book and find out all the stuff that I'm doing.
Got a blog, sign up for the newsletter. Once you've done that, head over to my site, michaelhalcom.live, and you can sign up for that as well. I'd love for you to do that. I try to blog daily, lots of comedy tips on there. That's really what the blog is oriented toward, all things comedy, and I think you'll enjoy that. But subscribe over there; it's free, or you can pay if you want, and donate. Join the Joke Writers Lab Facebook group. It's a private group, but you're invited to join and use these exercises. And check out my Udemy course as well on comedies. We're grateful for you listening. We're grateful for you watching. Again, Karina, thanks so much for carving some time out today. Super
I had a lot of
appreciate
fun.
that.
Thanks.
Yeah, me too. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. We'd really appreciate that. You can stay up to date. Check out part one if you haven't seen it yet of this interview. We're going to stop there and say we hope that helps.
It's all messed up, yeah. Everything's messed up. We're going from this mess up to the next setup. Everything seems so messed up, but it's just our setup.